building. The toilets, there's disabled toilets on this floor here, just through there on the right, and there's toilets downstairs for everybody else, again at the back of the building. Okay, so there are also donation buckets as we are back on our fundraising drive, so please put money in if you have any. Okay, so first off, massive thank you to Charles Linden for giving this, well, agreeing to give this absolutely for free. It was hard to pin him down. I wanted him to come over, and he said no because he gets invited all over the world. He was not going to come to the Isle of Man for some reason. Yeah, I know I was a little bit insulted, but he did agree to do this. Okay, and to his wife as well for coordinating it. Also to Laxey Working Men's Institute, they've been amazing. Sean and I have been in over the weekend trying to get this whole system set up. And thanks to Sean, my friend, who's also an IT expert, luckily. And thanks to Dan, who's come to film it for people who couldn't make it. So cheers, Dan. Okay, and Ed and my mum for doing teas and coffees. Okay, so yeah, so my name's Jackie, most of you might know, I think. I'm Without Wings chair. I'm also an autoimmune arthritis sufferer. I've experienced various forms of anxiety disorder throughout my entire life, actually, I think. The first time I remember having a panic attack, I think I was about 5. So, it's gone on a long time for me, and in various different forms as well, which I think is normal for a lot of people who have anxiety problems. Okay, this reached a climax between 2009 and 2012, after the birth of my 3rd child. I developed very severe hypothyroidism-induced tinnitus. Okay, I am a highly trained jazz musician, actually, so that was devastating. But, really didn't help matters at all. But also because of my predisposition towards anxiety, and the fact I'd already had extreme issues with insomnia and all kinds of various things, I became very obsessed with the noise inside my head. I mean, so obsessed that for 3.5 years, I swear I heard nothing else day and night. And obviously it was not a good experience. But don't panic, because I then, after 3.5 years, discovered the Linden method, which was amazing. Okay, so it's for this reason that tonight it's a great honour and a privilege to have Charles Linden speaking. An old gypsy really did tell me once, he said, if you're ever serious about recovering from anything, seek out someone who has already recovered from the exact same thing and do exactly as they did. Okay, an ex-anxiety sufferer himself, Charles has lived and breathed anxiety through most of his life. I mean, I think he's had it again since he was very young, various forms. And for the last 25 years, he's been helping people recover. He really does know what it's like to have those out-of-control thoughts, feelings, sensations, the desperate and the hugely expensive, oh, there's people turning up. Come in, we're just about to, I'm just walking. No, it's fine. I'm Jackie, hi. Okay, so yeah, the terrible thoughts, feelings, sensations, the desperate and very, very expensive search for a solution, the constant and often really irritating need for reassurance. I don't know if people know about that, but it can get very annoying for people. And the terrible and never-ending dark nights of the soul, of which I had many, many, many. Charles has come out the other side and now dedicates his whole life to sharing his discoveries with others, often with outstanding results. Okay, this is because those who follow his programme, and I know there is at least one other person in this room who's followed it successfully as well, I won't say who, but those who follow his programme correctly don't tend to just return to their normal life, but thanks to the way in which the Linden method taps into the strengths... Oh, God, me. He must be psychic, I'm not finished. Okay, because it taps into the actual strengths of the anxiety-prone mind, because it does have strengths, they can often go on to live even better and more productive lives than before. Okay, Without Wings would not exist without the Linden method. I don't think I'm being melodramatic in saying I wouldn't exist without the Linden method. I have no doubt that the state I was in emotionally before I discovered this programme was not a state that could have coped with the real terror and the trauma and the disappointments I have had to face with the onset of severe seronegative arthritis. It's a great testament to the power of the Linden method that someone with an emotional history as mine, as kind of problematic as it has been, could not only find a way to survive the stress of what has been for me a life-changing diagnosis, but to actually thrive. So a large part of my success, I've nearly finished, is directly attributable to the Linden method has like a free telephone helpline, which is just, I can't describe how it made me feel discovering that. So any of those kind of like the need for reassurance, you can just phone them up and they don't get fed up with you, but they speak to you. It's good, you know. So during my time of physical incapacitation, they encouraged me to become a writer, and as a result, I wrote a couple of as yet unpublished novels, became a performance poet, which my teenage sons love, believe it or not, and I trained as a life coach, and I also set up Without Wings, which is the Manx Autoimmune Arthritis Trust. And in addition to this, their professionalism meant that they were able to spot when I was in a state of ongoing trauma and it wasn't an anxiety disorder. And they were able to point me in the right direction and say, this is actually a traumatic episode you're going through, you need to have proper counselling. So that's how they work with those kind of things, which I didn't do, of course, I probably should have done. Okay, but for that reason, counselling remains at the very heart of Without Wings' work. And we're very excited to say that thanks to all the brilliant donations we received last year, we now have this amazing initiative in place via the Lisa Lowe Centre. We have Adrian, one of the therapists in there at the back, which has been a dream come true for me. It's amazing. So I'm sure I speak for everyone at Without Wings when I say we really hope you enjoyed Charles's presentation. Audio depending, we are hoping for a question and answer at the end. It will happen, okay? And if you want to know more about Without Wings or our services, or you wish to donate or anything else, just please do not hesitate to come and get me at the end. Okay. I will try and Skype Charles now, so he's not gone away.